turns in the morning, spilling tea in bed. Evening comes, the mic's his throne, talking to the world, but he's still alone. But he's still alone. Jamie's got the facts spinning around his head. Time turns in the morning, spilling tea in bed. Evening comes, the mic's his throne, talking to the world, but he's still alone. But he's still alone. Oh, the lights are bright, but his mind's a maze, trying to stay cool through the streaming haze. Jamie, keep it smooth. Chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibe, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead. Yeah. Clicks and comments, the digital cheers. Witty comebacks, dodging awkward fears. He's the captain of this dreaming ship, sailing on jokes, never losing his grip. The screen's a stage, the world's his crowd. When the band is loud, he's feeling proud, but deep inside he's chasing calm, holding steady like a ticking bomb. Jamie, keep it smooth. Chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibe, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead. Jamie, keep it smooth. Chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibes, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead. Ow, ow. Jamie's got the facts spinning around his head. Time turns in the morning, spilling tea in bed. Evening comes, the mic's his throne, talking to the world, but he's still alone. But he's still alone. Oh, the lights are bright, but his mind's a maze, trying to stay cool through the streaming haze. Jamie, keep it smooth. Chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibe, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead. Yeah. Clicks and comments, the digital cheers. Witty comebacks, dodging awkward fears. He's the captain of this dreaming ship, sailing on jokes, never losing his grip.
If I unmute myself, I keep unmuting myself. Big up, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much again for joining me today. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome one and all. Would help if I didn't have myself on mute at the beginning. I always have myself on mute, man. Like an idiot. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing good today. Hope everyone's doing well. We are here to talk about the football drama on YouTube and social media, on Twitter and everything like that right now. And I just want to have a conversation about it with you guys in the chat and to get my thoughts on everything, because there's a lot that's been going on recently in the last couple of weeks, and it's all getting a bit silly and a bit out of hand. And, it's not how YouTube I thought should be. For me, I got into the football YouTube space because I wanted to talk football, and that's all I wanted to do was talk football. But it's getting a bit personal now, and a bit too much and a bit out of line at times as well. But guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button, and share button. Remember, we've got a goal of trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the 1st and 2nd of August. So by the beginning of August, we want to try and be on that 10k subscriber march. So if you've not done so already, please go and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. But yeah, big up the chat, man. All walking in now, coming in. And I know YouTube has been a bit down lately. It's weird. I'm not quite sure what's happening with YouTube, but yeah, they're saying quite messed up with their viewers and, things like that. So make sure you're hitting the like button. Let YouTube know you are here and are about, because it says there's 61 people in the chat and hardly anyone talking in the live chat. So again, I don't know if that's down to YouTube or what, but this happened the other day as well, which is a bit strange. There's definitely something wrong with the algorithm right now. And yeah, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribing, just to let YouTube know you are here and we are alive. But yeah, I just want to talk about all this drama. My hair is a madness today, by the way, as well. But look at this. What is going on? Big up Russell, big up Double A, big up Clyde, big up Bigs on Toast, big up Captain Sal Helsinki, G-Man. Who else we got here? Craig, Bruno, Grin and Grab. How you doing as well? Brett, Famzone, big up Famzone TV in the house as well. Hope you're all doing brilliant today. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Easter is upon us. If you're celebrating Easter, Easter is upon us. The Easter weekend, which means it's FA Cup weekend as well. Liverpool are back in action this weekend against Manchester City, away at the Etihad in the quarter-final with FA Cup, which we'll talk about in a minute as well. So we will chat about that as well. Be at Crafty in the chat as well. Be at Josh in the chat. Captain Cell says, I've watched every player since Keegan now to Salah. As far as Salah is concerned, he's in my top 5, probably 5th for me. But if comes to Prem era, he's won because of the achievements. Big up Captain Sal. Big up John in the chat as well. Afternoon to you, mate, as well. Afternoon to you. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the drama. So when I came into football, YouTube, it was just because I wanted to talk about Liverpool. I wanted to come to a space. I saw other people talking about football and about Liverpool and stuff like that, and I had a lot of things to say, so I thought, you know what, let's make my own channel, talk about football. And it took me a long time to get comfortable in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, to just be my natural self and talk about football and everything I love about the game. And that is the one thing I still love doing today. I talk to all you guys in the chat. I love the community we have here on the channel and other communities on other channels as well, like Coppish and things like that, and then Enzy's channel. Some great communities out there that just want to talk football. They want to break down the games. We want to tactically go over it. We want to have, heated discussions about the manager, about the ownership, about the players, and sometimes it get heated and emotional, but it never gets out of hand because we're just talking about football and nothing personal. Problem is now, and it's not just, I'm not just talking about Liverpool YouTube or anything like that. I'm talking about football YouTube as a whole. Football YouTube as a whole thing. It's going, not even football YouTube, just football on social media. Let's go that way. Football and social media is now gone, it's gone ridiculous. It's going to where, big up catching that every time, but it's going to where people have to make diss tracks on another person, and I don't, what is going on? What is going on? Big up catch, because the diss tracks are catchy, and I do like them, but what's happening? Why have we got to this stage where these sort of things are happening? It's you got YouTubers getting beef with each other over football matters about teams they support or the same team they support, and other YouTubers are getting into aggro and fights about stuff. You got people on my own side having fights and arguments, but they're all cool. So that, they're all cool. They're friends, so it don't matter. But it's just where what is going on? What literally what is going on? And then Jamie Carragher puts out his list of what he believes are the greatest Liverpool players of all time. He's top 10. He put Mo Salah in, 6th? And the internet breaks down. And it's like, they can't believe another grown man had another opinion. And it's just, look, I don't get it. Look, do I like Jamie Carragher? Not really. I'm not a big fan of Jamie Carragher, right? I think he comes across a bit of a prick and a bit of a dickhead, right? Personally, that's what I think Jamie Carragher comes over as. And I think he is a bit of a hypocrite at times as well. Comes over a little hypocrite at times as well. But I'm not too bothered about him having Salah 6th of all time in his Liverpool top 10, because I think people forget the amount of legends that have played for Liverpool. The amount of legends that have played with Liverpool, and he's got Salah in his top 10. That's a massive accomplishment and achievement, and praise for Mo Salah. Where was Mo Salah meant to be on this list for everyone to be happy? Was it meant to be the first 2? And again, it goes on. I've said this as well. Like, I don't like Jamie Carragher, right? I don't like him. As I say, I think he's a hypocrite and a prick, right? But I'm not going to get upset about a list that a grown man has made that everyone is getting upset about because they believe a guy is not positioned correctly in a top 10 of legendary players that have played for this football club. I don't get the upset about it personally, but it's getting a little bit toxic now. It really is. It's getting very toxic. Now everyone knows I love Mo Salah. Mo Salah's my guy, man. He's my favourite Liverpool player in the Premier League era. Him and Stevie, without question of a doubt. Yeah, Virgil 3rd. So if I was doing my list tomorrow and I'm doing Premier League era only, fuck me, I might have Salah 1, Virgil 2, and Stevie 3. Now, if I put that list out, am I going to get a lot of shit by fans going, how can you have Stevie 3rd in a Premier League all-time Liverpool top 10? He's Stevie Gerrard. How can you have Virgil and Salah above him? And then some people will be like, oh, good list, Jamie, good list. Makes sense. I like it. It's so mad at the moment that everyone is arguing about other people's opinions and how they see things. I don't get it. Look, I've said it many times. I've got shit for it. I've not got Cristiano Ronaldo in my top 10 footballers of all time. People break down like I've just said something bad about their mother. Honestly, that's how mad football is right now on social media. Or I literally said on a stream not long, I think it was on Enzy's stream or something like that, I don't have Cristiano Ronaldo in my top 10 of all time greatest footballers. And people go fucking balmy. Like I said, saying evil. It's like, whoa, it's just my opinion. And then you get the things, you don't know football. You don't know ball. Oh, what plays do you like then? Don't trust this guy, he doesn't like so-and-so. It's like, what the hell? This is what it's become now. This is what it's become. You don't know football. Who are you? Oh, you're a wall. Oh, you're a Southern Liverpool fan. Oh, glory hunter. This is what it's all become. No one can just go, well, fair enough, it's your opinion. I don't like it, but it's your opinion. And move on. And just move on and get on with their day. No. They sit at their keyboard for 24 hours and make sure the world knows that your opinion sucks massive dick. and their opinion is the greatest opinion of all time. Here's the thing with content creators. What we say stays on the internet. So it's very easy for people on their keyboard to disagree with people and say this, and that, yeah? Because they're not doing it in front of a camera. So they can say anything they want behind a keyboard, yeah? And we don't know if it's truth or not. They might be just making sure they're in with the crowd. So they're saying things they don't really believe. When you're a content creator and you're doing this for a living, right? And you're doing this as a job, and you sit in front of a microphone, in front of a camera, right? You say things, it's going to stay on the internet, people remember it. Guess what? Sometimes I've changed my mind on things I said 2 years ago, but someone will remember what I said 2 years ago, bring it forward 2 years ago. 2 years ago you didn't say that. 2 years ago you were saying this and this about this player. I'm like, yeah, well, that was 2 years ago. Now I'm 2 years on. What are we doing here? So, yeah, people say things, right? People get online and say things and how they feel. And then you get people in the comments and on Twitter just barraging people for their opinion. I'm like, what is this turned into? Are we in China now? Has everyone got to agree with one person? Is this a communist attitude we're having to football now? That if you don't believe in my comments or you don't agree with me, you're a scumbag. Is that how it's meant to be? Is that what the world's come to for football now? That we are just a communist community? Is that what social media on football has become? A socialist community? A communist community, sorry. Is that what it's all become now? Like, we all got to agree with each other. And if you disagree, you are the worst human being in the world. How can you have this person? How can you have that person? It drives me mad, man. I've seen people in their 20s put Pele as the greatest footballer who ever lived. I always say to them, when the fuck did you watch Pele? Like, are you going what your granddad and dad told you? If that's the case, well, that's your granddad and dad's opinion. You never watched them. But hey, do what you want to do, man. I'll move on. I ain't go argue about it with you. I just find it a bit strange. You know, I just don't... Like, I don't know what her name is. I think she's a reporter for the BBC. And on Twitter, she said she found it crazy that people had Salah above Gerrard in their Premier League all-time top 10. She said she couldn't understand it. She couldn't make head nor tail with it. And I simply replied to that tweet saying, what's it matter? Like, honestly, what does it matter if somebody has Salah above Stevie in their all-time Liverpool Premier League top 10? Guess what? That fan might just prefer Mo Salah. That fan watching Liverpool might, you know, there's something about Mo Salah that draws them to him, that affects them differently, that, you know, gives them joy. He likes watching him. He's his kind of footballer. He likes the goals he scores. So he's just emotionally attached to that footballer. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean Gerrard's a bum or anything like that. It's just that fan emotionally believes, for him, on a footballing standpoint, Salah's better than Gerrard in the Premier League era. But people are breaking their asses about it, going, this can't be. How can you say this? How the hell can Liverpool fans go on Twitter? How dare Liverpool fans go on Twitter and go and give Mo Salah praise? You can't give Mo Salah praise and then dismiss other people. Because you can't do that. Gerrard always has to be number one. There's no moving it. It's Kenny Dalglish and Gerrard, and that's it. You are not allowed to have a say on who you prefer. You can't do it because they come for you. The communists come for you. They literally come for you. How dare you? How dare you have a different opinion to my opinion? I find your opinion confusing and out of order. What are you meaning by this? It's like, what we do? Like, fucking shut up. It's football. I thought the whole point of football, yeah? The whole point of football is that you're emotionally attached to the sport, yeah? You're emotionally attached to the sport, the team that you support, yeah? And in that team, you might have a player that you just fucking adore, right? That you absolutely adore, that someone else might not, right? And for you, that player is the number one player in Liverpool's history. You know for a fact that other players might be better. Dalglish might be better. Gerrard might be better. But there's something about this player where you're like, no, you know what? He's my guy. And because he's my guy, I'm going to put him number one. And you know, the goals he scored, the assists, the beautiful football. I can't ignore that. I'm just emotionally drawn to it. But people come at you and go, no, 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 no. No, you can't. You can't. You can't have that. You can't have that. It's impossible. You can't. You know, Stevie has to always be number one, and I just find it weird, man. I just find it weird. I really do. And look, if people want a rate of footballer they've never seen and put them higher than everyone else, I can understand it as well. I'm not saying you're wrong about it either. It's just my opinion that I can't rate a player higher than another player when I never physically watched them. But also at the same time, I can understand, look, if you're putting Kenny as number one still, and you're a 20, 30 or 40-year-old, I can get it because you know the legend of Kenny Dalglish. So I can understand it. Kenny's still your guy. Even though you never watched him play, you know the history of Kenny Dalglish. You know what he went through, how he was as a player, through stories that you've heard, from videos that you've seen. You know how good of a manager he was in his time. So if you want to put him number one, I can understand it. I can get it. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to sit there and go, look, you're fucking wrong. You know, you never watched Kenny Dalglish play. How the fuck can you have him at number one? Right? I'm not going to sit there and argue about it. I'm not. I can go, right, it's your list. Well done. Congratulations. It's a nice list. I appreciate your list. That's a nice list. Shows how many good players played for Liverpool and who you was emotionally attached to. Big up to you. That's how we should be. But nah, not in this fan base right now. This fan base is turning so fucking toxic. It really is. We are turning so toxic. We hate everyone right now. We hate the manager, we hate the owners, we hate the sporting directors, we hate some players, we hate some pundits, we don't agree with pundits that vote on our players. We are just in disarray as a fan base right now, and I don't get it. What is up with the fan base? It's just, guys, let's chill a little bit. We support a massive football club, and I understand because we support a massive football club, there's a lot of emotion taken in. And I'm with you on that emotion. That's why I get very emotional and passionate in my breakdown of Liverpool this season. You know, how bad we've been. Not hate's a strong word, but my dislike for the manager and stuff like that. You know, if someone's still slotting, I don't understand it. But it's your opinion and your choice. I'm not going to fight you about it. I might debate you about it and we bring up some good critical points about it and have a good discussion, and that's fine. Debating and discussion is an absolute fine thing to do, and I think debate should be had in life in general. You know, it should be one rule for one and one rule. You know, there should be a debate and good discussion about things, and I'm cool with that. If I want to go on a show with someone and have debate and discussion about football and have a critical breakdown and critically analyse something, and we might not agree with each other, do you know what? That's fine. Because we shouldn't agree with each other all the time, you know? You know, there should be an amicable way of doing it. But the way it's doing it at the moment online is just toxic. You know, it's just hate after hate after hate at this moment in time. And I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. So Jamie Carragher made a list, yeah? Now, if anyone watched the overlap, he actually recorded that list weeks ago, and then Liverpool put it up the other day, right? And on that list, obviously he put Mo Salah, I believe, 6th in that list, yeah? Above him he has people like John Barnes and Ian Rush and Steven Gerrard and Kenny Dalglish, right? And Graham Souness. Now, I don't mind that list. I actually think it's a good list. When people talk about Graham Souness, they pick a lot of Liverpool fans older than me in a way. I'm in my 40s, but my dad would say, apart from Steven Gerrard, Graham Souness was the best Liverpool midfielder ever. Steven Gerrard, Graham Souness, two best ever central midfielders for Liverpool. Fight it out between you. Right? That's what my dad would say, right? So I can understand Graham Souness being that high up the list. Also, he was captain in '84 when we won the European Cup as well. Obviously, a great of our team, right? Absolute great of our team. Ian Rush is our top ever goal scorer, and I don't think anyone's ever go to break Ian Rush's goal scoring record. Is it 300 odd, 360 odd goals or whatever it is? It's a ridiculous feat. It's never going to probably be broken in our lifetimes. He has to be in that top 5. Has to be. Steven Gerrard, for some, is arguably Liverpool's greatest ever player. For a lot of people, he is Liverpool's greatest ever player, so it's got to be top 2. And for a lot of people, Kenny Dalglish is the greatest player that ever played for Liverpool. So when you're breaking it down like that, and then John Barnes, and let's face it, yeah, John Barnes, right? When you're my age, right, in your 40s or something like that, in your late 30s, early 40s, yeah, when you talk to a lot of Liverpool fans who are around that age, the one player they always bring up, why did you support Liverpool? Why did you support Liverpool? The one player they bring up, John Barnes. John Barnes is brought up in discussions in 2026. Do you know how big that is? That's how good, that's how great and legendary John Barnes was. Now, John Barnes didn't have the biggest Liverpool career for years, yeah? But the time he was here, the impact he had on our football club brought new fans around the world. New fans around the world started supporting Liverpool because of John Barnes. It's a fact. Loads did. Millions did. John Barnes was the guy. Me, my dad is a Liverpool fan, so I probably would have ended up supporting Liverpool anyway. But John Barnes was my hero as a kid. I used to pretend I was John Barnes in my garden, doing the step-overs and the dribbling, right? He's my hero. Growing up, I love John Barnes. He's my guy. One of the major factors. So, Barnes being in that top 5, totally understand it. I get it. It makes sense. And then Mo Salah's number 6. And again, Mo Salah is Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League goal scorer. He's our 3rd all-time top goal scorer. And no one would have thought that when we bought him from Roma. No one. When we bought him from Roma, no one on this chat, not me, no one I know, would have thought Mo Salah would be the 3rd all-time top goal scorer for Liverpool Football Club. He's gone past legends at our club. Legends that have played for Liverpool. He has surpassed. He's an all-time great. And he will be a legend of our football club. And I think 6 is fine, man. I really do think 6 is fine. Like, if you want to swap maybe Barnes to Salah, maybe you could do that. But again, I'm not fussed by Carragher's list, because I understand the legends that have played for our team that he's missed out. There's legends for our team that's not made Carragher's list, where you look at it and go, well, he could have maybe played for, instead of someone else, he could have played, legends, yeah? We know the qualities of Liverpool's teams in the past. Was Luis Suarez in that top 10? You could arguably say Luis Suarez is the most naturally gifted striker we've ever had, even if it was only for, 2.5, 3 years. You could put him there, and if someone wanted to put him there, I'm not going to argue about it, because from a striker standpoint, he might be the best striker I've ever seen Liverpool have in my time of watching football. Obviously, my time of watching Liverpool Football Club, I was brought up on Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Emil Etzkes, Karl-Heinz Riedlers, Bobby Firmino's. These are the kind of legends, and Ronnie Rosenthal. These are the kind of strikers I was brought up with, man. They're the kind of players I was brought up with. But I will say, the only thing I would say that stops Suarez is his antics off the pitch. Obviously, Suarez is a complete arsehole. We know this, yeah. And his antics off the pitch is to a level that's disgusting at times. So, you know, it's hard to put him in them lists. But if you're just talking about a football standpoint, yeah, Salah, like Suarez is up there. But Salah's longevity, 9 years at Liverpool, yeah, Salah's fallen off this year. If Salah didn't fall off this year and Salah was doing what he did last year, do you know what? You could argue Salah's top 3 comfortably with Gerrard and Dalglish. You honestly could. 2 league titles, Champions Leagues, FA Cups. Is it 4 Golden Boots? 3 Player of the Years? No one's got 3 Player of the Years ever. No one's ever got 3 Player of the Years, man. P.O. Trude. I feel for Trudon. He's brought up on Truth. I'm sorry, Trudon. Be out Jamie from be out Josh. He said, "Hey Jamie, for me it was players like Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler were the 2 players I saw. Started watching Liverpool. Owen, Carragher, Heskey, Gerrard, Hippier. That was a great time as well, man. Big up Ravi. Peter, I understand properly what being sick full time means. It's the greats. Exactly, Katie. This is what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand why people are getting so vexed about this. 6 of all-time Liverpool players. Can we just put that in the atmosphere a minute? Mo Salah is number 6 in the all-time great Liverpool players. I believe if he had a better season this year, you're arguably putting him in the top 4 of all time. That's how the margins are, man. That's what the margins are. But then, look, people go, and I think a lot of the issue is, yeah. So here's a lot of the issue. I think it was a year ago when Carragher said, I believe it was on Monday Night Football, that if Mo Salah wins another Premier League, he probably goes into the top 3 with Dalglish and Gerrard of all time. And now he's won that Premier League, and Carragher still puts him 6th. So I think what the outrage might be is that Carragher's a hypocrite. I can get that. I can understand the hypocritical nature of what Carragher said. But this is what I'm saying. When you're a content creator, when you're a pundit or a presenter, you will say things a year or 2 years ago, and then 2 years or 1 year later, you're saying something completely different, but the viewing public never forget. And that's hard for a content creator as well, like myself, where I will say shit, right? A year or 2 years ago, someone will find some video of me saying something, and it's completely different to what I'm saying today. And they'll come at you, and they'll give you shit and go, you're a hypocrite, Jamie, you're blah, 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 blah. And like I keep saying, things change, man. My opinions change. You know, my opinion is not the same way it was 2 years ago or 12 months ago. My opinion is completely different now on so-and-so. But thank you very much for bringing it up. So, I can understand if people find Carragher a hypocrite. And I get it. I get it, right? I do get it. Was it stick to football? Was it yeah. Big up Cat and Sal. What Carragher said, if Salah wins another league, he'll be top 3 last year. Now he's saying, yeah, that is what I'm gathering. That's what people are raging about. Is the hypocrisy more than anything. You could argue though Salah has 2 Prem, Stevie none. Yeah, again, I'm not going, guys. If you want to make a list of your Liverpool top 10 right now, and you got Salah number 1, I'm not going to moan at it. I'm not going to sit here and go, you guys are all wrong. Because guess what? It's your list. It's your opinion. It's how you believe. It's emotionally how you think, right? I can't sit here and go, you know what? Captain Sal, big up Captain Sal. Captain Sal gives me his top 10 right now, yeah? Say Captain Sal's got Salah number 1, right? And he's got Stevie number 3, Kenny number 2, John Barnes number 4. I'm not going to sit here and go, Captain Sal has got that completely wrong. What the hell is that list? Because it's none of my opinion. It's not my business. It's not my... Captain Sal has come with a prediction and an idea and an emotional list that, you know, he's got players there that he's watched for a long time and he's emotionally attached to, that makes things feel good about himself. Like, he might love watching Salah score 40 goals every season. He goes, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore Mo Salah scoring 40 goals every single season for 9 years straight, where name me any other player that does that. That's not a striker. I have to have him number 1. And guess what? I'm going to sit there and go, that's a nice list, man, and I can't disagree much there. Do you know what I mean? But we don't do that. What we do, we just hate. We just hate because everything's toxic at the moment because we're shit. And that's what it's come down to in the Liverpool community. Because we're fucking toilet right now this season, we have turned toxic. It's as simple as that. The whole thing has turned Arsenal TV. We are turning into Arsenal fans of the last few years. All fighting against each other. All going against each other. Arguing with each other. Doing Salah versus Mane competitions. Mane's this, Salah's this, Virgil's that. They're all bums, they're all this. What are we doing, guys? Like, honestly. What are we doing? Where's this going? Why are we turning toxic? Yeah, the team's shit this year. But why are we turning on ourselves? Why are we going against friends? Why are we talking... what is happening? Do you know what I mean? It's just... I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. We have become banter FFs. We have become a banter football club right now because rival fans are... watching us, right? Rival fans are watching us and going, what the fuck has happened to Liverpool? And then they're bantering us, and we're becoming the banter club. Guys, we got to stick together. Honestly, we do. We're Liverpool fans, yeah? Again, I'm not going to stop people debating and criticising, have good debates, proper criticism, proper analysis, yeah, about the football club, because again, I think that's healthy. I think that's healthy and that should be the case, yeah? But it's the toxic nature of everything that's going on right now. And it's not just Liverpool. It's the whole footballing YouTube community. Everyone doing their YouTube thing, yeah? Right? Oh, so they're doing their YouTube thing. And what is going on? What's going on? It's banter this, banter that. I want to go on football channels and just have good football discussions, yeah? Have a laugh, have good football discussions. Why are we doing banter shit all the time? You can't say anything. It just gets ridiculous now. You know, everyone moans, everyone's crying, everyone. It makes me hate football YouTube at times. And I think a lot of people that watch it are getting annoyed as well. You know, we all like, look, let's not lie to ourselves. Everyone likes drama, right? We all like drama, right? We're human beings, right? We're built a bit weird. We like drama, right? But I don't mind a bit of drama every now and then, but every day, do you know how tired it is? It's jarring. I watch Spurs YouTube channels. They're all fighting against themselves. You know, Spurs YouTubers are all going onto channels and just fucking arguing, just bickering between themselves about a football team. Nothing to do with anything else right now. Just, you're a cunt, I'm a cunt, you're a cunt, I'm a cunt. Right, that's all it is. It's literally all it is right now. You know, on all these shows I watch, I put an Arsenal show on to watch. I'm watching my friends. I know people that are Arsenal fans. I watch their channels. You're a cunt. Why am I a cunt? Because you don't like this, like this. You're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. I'm 50 years old. I've watched football all my life. I've got more to say over you. So what are we doing? What has happened to football commentary, man? What has happened to the football commentary? And again, I'm not saying people can't debate. Please, debate. Football fans never not debate, man. Yeah, look, Catchy's diss track is hilarious, yeah? It's a funny diss track, I'm not going to lie. But why are we doing diss tracks on footballing debate? Because it's going too far. Things are getting personal. Right, that's the reason Catch did a diss track, right? Because things are getting personal and he believes that's what he had to do. But why are things getting personal? It's football. People are offering each other out for fights and charity boxing matches on footballing opinions. It's just going too far, man. Guys, here's one, yeah? Here's one. If you don't like somebody, right? If you don't like somebody and you don't like their opinion and it just pisses you off, yeah? And you're sick of your name being dragged up and you're sick of people talking about you all the time, and don't watch them and block them and move on. Don't interact. Don't get involved. It's simple as that. Leave it there. Stop what you're doing. Go, fuck him. He's an idiot. I'm going to get on my thing with my community and chat about the stuff I want to chat about and be surrounded by the people I want to be surrounded by and move on. It's just coming mental, man. As again, big up the catch, man. You know, and big up to everyone. Big up to all the football YouTubers, if you hate them or not. Right? There's so many great football YouTubers out there, and they work hard. I'm not going to lie about that. You got people out there you guys might not like. You got people out there you go like. All these football YouTubers work hard. They're doing a lot of content every day of the week for hours on end, and it's free for people to watch. Yeah, that's the thing everyone's got to remember. People are putting hours and hours and hours of work in front of a camera. Yeah, for everyone's entertainment. It's free for them people to watch. So I always big up the footballing creators and the content creators. All I'm just asking for is just a little bit more, less beef, and you know, we don't need to be so aggressive with one another. You know, you don't have to get on either. Not everyone has to be friends. Oh, football friends. Yeah, no one has to be football friends. Yeah, you don't have to be. You don't have to like someone, guys. Guess what? If you don't want to like someone, you don't like someone. Move on. Ignore it. Move on. Get on with your life. Get on with your day. Right? It's the best way to be. Best way to be, man. And everyone will feel better about themselves. But I don't know if it'll ever happen. Drama is drama. People pay for drama. It's crazy. We're one step away from someone starting a promotion for YouTube football beef. We are. It's nuts, ain't it? Big up Carmino. Arsenal fan base on another level. We haven't reached there yet, but on our way. If stock remains another season, we are, and we're shit. We are there, in my opinion. Yeah. Big up Bruno. There's an old phrase in English language that people who will have a difference in opinion focusing all over this building. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, as Kelly Rowland said. Be at Kelly Rowland. Be out Frank, my man Jamie. I've been listening and reading the chats. Problem with the delivery, diversity with the fan base's slot when he goes, we're back to normal up there. Effing Reds. Big up Frank. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. Be out Josh and be out Red Scout as well. Jane, what do you think of De Zerbi becoming the Spurs' new manager? I think De Zerbi is an overrated manager, in my opinion. I was watching the Big Six yesterday. They did a video about the most overrated Premier League 11 of all time. Great video if you ain't watched it. And I was thinking of overrated managers as well. I think they should do a show about overrated managers. For me, De Zerbi's on that list, man. I don't know if he'd do any well at Tottenham. He falls out of everybody. Need to be acting like Liverpool fans again. Nothing beats us when we're pulling together. Exactly, David. Exactly. Look, and Frank's right. I said this earlier as well. Everything's toxic at the moment because Liverpool is shit. Right, in the Liverpool community. Everything's toxic. You know, we're going against, you know, Carragher's and the Salah debates, the Mane debates, the Virgil debates, you know, all this shit because we're shit. If we were playing well, we're good. None of this has probably come up. It ain't so toxic. But what it tells me and what it shows, which I do get a little bit annoyed with, is that when it goes shit, we just turn to toxicity straight away. And again, look, someone will say, Jamie, you're toxic because look how much you rant and rave when we're shit. And I'm being toxic to myself because I don't have anyone on my channel. You know, a lot of the time it's just me and you guys in the chat. So I'm toxic with myself, you know what I mean? So I'm not, you know, I get irate because I'm passionate. You know, I don't like this manager. I want him gone. I'm worried about next season, the way we are right now as a football club, because if Arne Slot stays here next season, I don't think it's going to get any better, and I see things getting worse. But I'm critical. I'm critical about things. But again, I'm toxic to myself, man. Big up Becky, thank you very much. Yeah, BS is very clean. Yeah, I watched Catch's diss tracks earlier. And that's what we're talking about. we're coming to a time when we're doing diss tracks and other footballers, other football fans, and look, that's their beef at the end of the day, right? That's Catch's beef with the people he's beefing with, Lee and all that, right? That's their beef. I'm not involved in that beef. All I'm saying from this point of view is that it's just sad to see, right? It's sad to see that's where football is, YouTube is becoming. It's not for me, right? I like joking and having a laugh, as everyone knows I do, right? I like having a bit of a joke and a laugh, and I've got a dirty mind and stuff like that, right? That's just me naturally. If you see me in real life, that's how I am in real life, yeah? I'm probably hard to get along with and be friends with because my sense of humour is a bit warped, right? I'll get in trouble for it all the time, you know? You sat my wife down. I want to do right. So one day I want to do it. She might not want to do it, yeah, because she gets a bit shy with this stuff. I want to one day sit down and do a video where it's me and the wife, right? Me and the wife sit down in front of the camera, do a video on my channel where we're doing a question and answer show where you guys can ask us questions. My wife can talk to you about, you know, how the channel started, how she helped me grow the channel, and what she did behind the scenes to help grow the channel. You guys can ask us both questions. So I'd love to do that, man. I would love to do that. It's something I would really enjoy doing. But hopefully we can do that. But yeah, she gets a bit shy in front of the camera. I'd love that to happen because I know for a fact you guys would ask her, like, how the hell do you put up with Jamie? And she'll tell you, she loves my sense of humour. Sometimes it gets a bit out of whack. I'm very hard for, I'm not a real people person, right? So, yeah, you got to get me to like me, sort of thing. But I don't know why. Some people like me. You guys in the chat, you either like me or just get on with me. It's cool, man. But most of you like me, yeah. And I like that side of YouTube. I do. I like that side of doing that. I think it's I think it's fun, yeah. I think it's a fun thing to do. But this stuff that's going on at the moment, it's just, maybe I don't get it. Maybe I'm getting too old. Maybe this is the way YouTube should be going right now, right? Maybe if I look at it from a different point of view, there's younger people coming into this atmosphere now, into YouTube. And obviously when you're younger, you act a little bit differently. You're brought up in a different era where, you know, things are completely different to my era. And this is what you believe, you know, makes your money and sells and the way things should be and the way things should go. And if that's the case, then I'm the old man in here. And, you know, I'm the one a bit out of date and, you know, that's the way football YouTube's going. But, look, I just find it sad that, look, not everyone should get on. Everyone getting on is not a reality, yeah. You can't be friends with everybody. There's got to be something in someone's personality you just don't like. But just being civil. Just go, right, I don't believe in your opinion. I think your opinion sucks, and that's your opinion. I'm not going to fight you and argue, Nick. There's no point because we believe in different things, and we never go to agree. And you just move on from there. There's nothing wrong with that. But we try and make people agree with our opinion. We fight and argue to make you agree with my opinion. It's never going to happen. We have different opinions on things. Why do they do it? Why do we do it? You can't make number A agree with number C if number B's not involved. Letter B's not involved. You just can't do it. It's never going to happen. Just move on, man. Yeah, I'm saying you just got to move on with stuff. Move on with life. And this ain't just about Lee and Catch, by the way, having their Barney, right? Everyone's having Barneys at the moment. I'm not signaling out them two people. They're both great content creators in their own way as well. Lee Gunner is a fantastic content creator, like him or not. The man works his arse off, right? He works his arse off. He does hours beyond hours of live shows. That takes a lot to do, right? So he earns what he earns because he works his arse off. So, do I agree with what Lee Gunner said? I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and I don't agree with what he says. But that's not me. It's not. Then I'm not going to tell him that you should be speaking. It's none of my business. I'm never. He got his opinion and his opinion. Catch has his opinion and his opinion. Agal has his opinion and his opinion. You know, Potts has his opinion. Gunnar Lee has his opinion. You know, everyone has their opinions. Yeah, they're not going to merge and all of a sudden all get on and all agree with each other. Yeah, because it's just not going to happen. There's no point fighting it. Just let people be, man. Just be civil with each other and go, look, I don't agree with your opinion. I like your content, though. You work your arse off, but it's not for me. And move on. No one's going to care. The person who's doing the content's not going to care. He's going, all right, whatever. Yeah, and you move on. But it's the inward fighting constantly, man. It's crazy. Big up, Sean. You know, it's just... Jamie, you're an old fart. What does that make me? Big up, Captain Sal. Big up, Becky. You're not old, just not used to the new way. Exactly, Becky. Exactly. Big up, Michael. My top 10 greatest Liverpool legends. 10 South Joe, 9 Maya Carroll. Look, if that's how you go, Mike, I say you go again. I'm not going to say you're wrong or right. Jamie, greatest all time things, objective, personal. Everyone has their own list. Exactly, Michael. That's what I was saying about earlier. The clout chasing on social media bores after a certain age. Yes, I'm old. Big up, KT. Big up somebody see, man. Big up Jamie. Long time no see, brother. Hope family's good. Yeah, man. All good, man. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, big up Trudon. Me and Big Bucks will have disagreements on Coppish, and that's fine. Yeah, exactly. You're allowed to have disagreements, guys. You're allowed to have a disagreement. I'm sure we have disagreements with our own family members, you know, with your partner, with your parents, or anything like that. You're going to have disagreements. You're not going to 100% agree on everything, but you're not going to, you know, it's just life, ain't it, in general? But this YouTube world, be like John Conway, this YouTube world, right? This YouTube world has made everything so toxic. And because of that toxicity that's running through the world of YouTube right now in football, and the testosterone, let's face it, are all geezers, yeah? Everyone's a geezer pretty much that does this. There's a few ladies about, obviously, that do it, like Becky and stuff like that, who are doing great stuff on their own work, yeah? And Becky does a great job, so you should go and subscribe to her channel. And there's other female Liverpool YouTubers out there who are doing their stuff, yeah, and they're doing tremendous work. But let's face it, the majority is a male-dominated area, right? And the testosterone coming through. Geezers are geezers, yeah? At the end of the day, it's going to all bubble up, right? It's going to bubble up to the surface and it's going to explode. It's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening right now. And it's just getting silly. This is why I keep to myself, man. Jamie breaking to Zerbi, the Spurs confirmed, yes. He'll be there 18 months and leave, man. Lee fell out with you. I don't think he did. I was watching Jez's show the other day and Jez said they're fine. They're absolutely fine. Big up Jez, man. I like Jez. He's a great guy. I like Lee as well. I do. I like Lee. Exactly, Jamie. I think Gakpo is better than Messi and disagree. Big up, Michael. Personally, I like De Zerbi. I know many don't know. Yeah, definitely is, Jamie. I'm too old for all that playground bullshit. It's just, it is what it is, man. You know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But you don't have to agree with it. It's like Stacey Slater and Janine on EastEnders. It's mad. It's a mad comparison, Bruno. Do I agree with the Coppish? Look, do I always agree with the Coppish boys on subjects? No. And we have debates and that about it on our shows, right? That we do. Do we and the boys ever argue about anything? No. Me, Cal, Drifty and Matt have never argued about anything Liverpool, but we don't all agree with everything we say, right? We disagree on stuff all the time. But none of us sit there and start bitching and moaning at each other. Not ever. Like me, Cal and Luke do UFC content, right? We do MMA content together once every week and then do a pay-per-view once every month, right? So we do a lot of content together, right? Me, Cal and Luke don't agree on everything MMA. We go down different routes. We have disagreements. But we don't fall out of each other. We stay civil. You know, it's that's the thing, like, if you don't like them, if you don't like a person that if you're a Man United fan, you're watching Man United Man United content, yeah, and there's content creators you just don't like, guess what? You don't watch them. You don't watch them, you don't give them any time, and you don't even think about them, and you get happily on with your life, yeah? I don't care. Arsenal fans. There's going to be Arsenal fans that have Arsenal content they can watch, right? And there's lots of it, because Arsenal are a massive club, and there's a lot of content on social media about Arsenal, yeah? Are Arsenal fans all going to understand and get on with each other and agree with each other's points? No. There's going to be some Arsenal fans that are strongly against something, Arteta or the player. There's some Arsenal fans that will just say nothing but praise for Arteta. Like, everything's praise, like everything, to the degree where it's a bit sickening, right? You're never going to change either person's opinion, ever. So what's the point of having a 2-hour argument about it? Because that person are still, after a 2-hour argument where it's got really toxic and mental, at the end of it, they're still going to agree in their own opinions and won't agree with each other. So move on. Block people, move on. Stay in your own communities. Grow your communities. There's some people out there who've got ginormous communities, yeah, and don't need to get involved in this shit. I don't get involved because I'm too old. I'm never going to get involved in any of this shit. Big up to Sam, big up Cal. I love them two to death, yeah? Right? Especially Cal, and Sam won't mind me saying this. I've known Cal longer. Cal's a good friend of mine, yeah? But I love Sam and Cal to death. They're great guys. They do great content. Smashing content. They disagreed on a thing that they're never going to agree with. Right? They're never going to come to a pat where they both agree at the same time. So at the end of the day, just go your separate ways. And it doesn't need it. None of this. It's all because we're shit as a Liverpool fan base right now. We are shit. And it's making everything toxic. And, you know, Cal and Sam get on very well. They're good friends. But online, people are trying to make... This is what annoys me, yeah? Cal and Sam are good friends, yeah? They get on. There's no problem with them two, yeah? They had a disagreement, which they are strongly against and believe in their own beliefs. And they won't be moved on it, yeah? Because they're two strong-headed people, right? And that's perfectly fine, right? But what pisses me off is the people that get involved in the between in the chat and try and stir shit. Right? What? Why? Why are you trying to stir shit? You know, these are two grown men having a little bit of a disagreement. They're not going to fall out and not be friends anymore. They're adults. Yeah? Stop trying to... People in the middle trying to stir shit up. You know, that's what bugs me. That's what annoys me. Because people want drama. People want to see blood raging. People want to see violence on their TV screen. That's where we are in today's society. That's what everyone wants. Just leave it, man. You're not going to get two friends who do Liverpool content just to fall out over something because you want them to fall out over it with. They're too old and wise for that, man. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. And this is why I do a lot of my shit on my own, yeah? This is why I do a lot of content on my own. I do the odd panel show every now and then. But if you notice, when I do panel shows, I mostly get people I trust and enjoy working with. I mostly find people I trust and I can work with. If I'm doing panel shows, I'm going to get Cal on there, Matt, Drifty, Sam, Enns, Tom, Ram, K-Mac, Lewis maybe, Ben, you know, Asim, Chin, you know, like, if I was going to do content with people that weren't Liverpool fans, I'm going to do like people like Dan Potts and Saheed and these kind of content creators, because they're people I trust and like and admire. I'm going to put myself around them kinds of people. But most of the time I do my own shit because I am quite controversial. I'm not going to lie. I do say some wild shit. I do have some wild takes. And I am a bit crazy, and I get that, right? So sometimes I think it's best to be on my own. Also, look. Yeah, last night, look. Big Six Bands, I forgot to say it, talk about Monts and the Big Six Bands crew and that Monday night crew of us lot on Big Six Bands. I do shows with them all the time because we bounce off the wall with each other. Yeah, me and all them guys last night, yeah, it was fucking hilarious, right? But the reason it was funny is because none of us argue with each other. We all like each other, we all respect each other, and we all bounce off each other. So the conversation flows, the jokes flow, we all laugh, we all cry, we all have fun together, we can say our thing, and no one falls out. No one's falling out on that show. We say some wild shit on that show, man. We say some absolute wild shit on that show. Does anyone ever fall out with anyone? No. Because we're all cool, we're all grown-ups, we're all adults, and it's funny as fuck. And the people love it. Last night's show was hilarious. It was funny as shit, man. I was crying, right? I think you guys, if you watched it in the chat, it was fucking funny, man. We had a laugh. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. And that's why I put myself around that, yeah? And look, I do waffle on. You guys in the comments, I get comments sometimes in my shows that I repeat myself too much. And I do. I repeat myself a lot, right? I'm not going to disagree with that. But I like talking. I like talking. I like having chat. I can do a show on my own for 2 hours. And I don't want to big myself up here, but there's not a lot of people that could do that. I think I can entertain you guys on my own for 2 hours. And that's a skill that I'm quite proud of. That's a skill I'm quite proud of. So that's why I'm happy to do things on my own sometimes and not get so involved. Do my show, turn it off, go and see my family, go and be with the wife, go and be with the kids. And I'm quite happy with my work, right? Quite happy with it. Sometimes, I step over the line a little bit. There's a few copy shows this year alone. Even in 2026, there was a couple of the Thursday morning copy shows that I was a bit not proud of, yeah. And I made a video about it, me saying I weren't proud of how I acted on that day. What was it? About 3 months ago, we did that copy show, that Thursday morning copy show. Me, Drifty, Enz, and Ram. And I was a prick on it. I was very argumentative and I was a dickhead, yeah? And do you know what? I did a video to apologise about it because I know I was a dickhead and a prick. And the comments after that show rightly come from me. And by the way, all in comments are justified, yeah? And there's some people in the coppish community, right, who don't like me to this day, right? They don't like me. I see it all the time. Right, they just won't like me for whatever reason it is. I can't make them like me. That's their feelings. But I did a video after that to apologise for being an absolute dickhead, right? Because I was. And I go fall out with my friends, you know what I mean? And that's not a problem. I'm a human being. We've all got flaws. Everyone's got a flaw. That was my flaw that day. Getting too passionate, too worked up and too argumentative. It's a flaw of mine. Not agreeing with other people's opinion, like trying to make Enz and Ram and Drifty agree with my opinion. Do you know how much of a dick move that is? It's a dick move. So for that I apologised and did a video about it. So I've done it myself, and that's why I can talk like this, because things do get the better of you sometimes, and we are all flawed. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. And sometimes you have to own up to it. And be the bigger man, and I was the bigger man, owned up to my mistakes, and we moved on, and everything was fine. But I've lost friends doing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some content creators I don't talk to no more. Unfortunately, we don't beef each other no more. We don't do that. There's no point me beefing anybody about it, and they don't beef me. but we just don't talk. And that's not a problem. We're grown adults. I don't have to be friends with somebody and talk to somebody, but we get on with our stuff, yeah? That's perfectly fine, right? Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Move on, carry on, do our own shit. We're all adults here, yeah? We're all too old for that bollocks now, anyway. If we don't like each other, we don't talk to each other. Don't have to be friends. You know what I mean? Just move on. Big up Scraps, man. But everyone's trying to be perfect in a world that's not perfect. Just be yourselves. Be natural. Be who your subscribers subscribe to you in the first place for. People subscribe to me. I think you guys subscribe to me because, let me know if I'm wrong here, right, guys? But I think the reason you guys subscribe to me is because you think, I think I'm quite a funny. I'm a funny guy, not like a comedic funny, but I think I'm quite a funny guy. You like my outbursts at times. You probably like my passion and how I talk about Liverpool Football Club, and because of that, you watch me and you appreciate that. And I think that's why you guys tune in. You know you're in for a good show. You don't get bored watching me. There's going to be a joke here, there or two that you find quite funny. There's going to be some topics and debates that I bring up that you go enjoy. And I communicate with the chat quite a lot. And I think you guys, you like that. And like Yoko said there, big up Yoko said, because I'm genuine as well. Which I think is a big thing in football commentary today. I think people can tell if you're fake. And I've always said this. I am who I am, right? I make mistakes. I get things wrong. And sometimes I get a bit out of hand and I have to apologise for it after because I'm a bit of a dickhead, yeah? But you guys admire that because I'm genuine. It's me. And, I think that's a big thing. You got to be yourself. How you see me in front of this camera is how I am when this camera is turned off. In like 10 minutes time when I finish the show, I'm going to be the same guy here as I'm going to be with my family in a minute. Nothing changes, yeah? That's why I'm hard to get along with. Nothing changes. Big up Doug in the chat, man. Long time, man. Big up Doug in the chat. You're straightforward and honest. Talking funny, not so much. Big up, Mac. Life's too short. We need to laugh at ourselves in a good way. Respect. Yeah, big up, man. Big up mine. Plenty of different flavours of Liverpool channels for everyone's taste. Exactly. I've stopped doing football content recently, but slowly getting back into it. Big up, Doug, man. I know you're busy with the family and that, man. The football commentary I did on Cobbish TV is very football. Plus, I might bring out the banter and facts. That's all people with that. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it in general, guys. Just enjoy it in general. Paul's on hard to get along with. Shut Liam. The pause culture, man. The pause culture. When's it go end, Robbie? Yeah, when's it go end? Don't know. The pause culture. I love the pause culture. Big up Michael J. People just want to be angry about something, and sometimes someone will just target you for a smallest of reasons. Yeah, exactly, Michael. But look, big up Yoko the Super. That should there it is. Big up Yoko the Super. She said, "At least you are what you say. See is what you get." Exactly. Big up Yoko. At least you are what you. At least you are what you see is what you get. Big up Yoko the Super. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You are. It's true. You're getting everything. You know everything about me. What you see is what you get. One day I can be a bit down and the next day I can be happy and excited. Next day I can be grumpy. My emotions are sometimes all over the place, yeah? But I can't fake an emotion, yeah? I get angry about stuff. I get passionate about stuff. I get happy about stuff. And I think you guys see all that sometimes in one show, yeah? And that's how I'm always going to be. And there's just so many great content creators. Even the ones beefing with each other at the moment, yeah? Even the content creators that are beefing with each other, doing diss tracks and arguing and shouting and blocking and, you know, going each other on Twitter and stuff like that. They're still all great at what they're doing. They're all great content creators. Even if you don't like their content, they're still great at what they're doing, because guess what? They're driving views, they're driving a response, they're driving interaction. That means they're actually doing something right. It might not always be positive, but they're doing something right because they're gaining attraction. And for people doing this job, traction is what it's about. Numbers are what it's about. If you want to be down, go down that road. You know, and they're great content creators. And I'm not going to disrespect any of them as a content creator. I really ain't, because I know how hard doing this is every single day. The grind you have to go through to get any kind of response. So I respect every single content creator out there for that alone. What I just don't like is all the arguing, all the beefing, all that going through right now. Big up, Michael, man. Like Popeye says, I am what I am. Exactly, Michael. Big up to you, man. For your membership there for 41 months. Big up to you. Big up Frankie, baby, in the chat. You have a big audience because you are honest, passionate man, and you're the same when you've been on my stream. Good man. Big up Frank, man. Much love to you, man. Go and subscribe to Frank's channel if you've not done so already. The Paul's army will rise, you know. Football is usually an escape from the busy day-to-day rush of ordinary fans' lives. It is. Look, it's one of the reasons I love football so much. You have a busy week, the weekend's here, and you can relax, open a few beers, get a takeaway, watch the football, stream the football, do watch-alongs, have fun with the community, have fun with the live chat, enjoy it, take a breath, take a break away from the normality of life. It's a great thing. But look, I could talk all day, but I'm not going to carry on. Big up Daryl in the chat, man. I don't know what my kids' music is. It's blaring out loud. It is half term now. It's Easter break, so the kids are just at home all the time. Look, I'm going to stop talking there, guys. As I said, I love all the content creators, and I respect every content creator for doing what they're doing, because I know how hard this is. I do wish we lived in a world where everyone was a bit more civil. I don't understand the beef and battles on football YouTube and football social media right now, and the toxic nature of everything, because it is just football, and I think it gets a bit out of hand. Maybe I'm the old fart in a new regime of younger people doing their thing, right? But I just want everyone to not get along, because that's not possible. Just talk football. Football is the greatest sport in the world, and you know, win, lose or draw, let's talk about football. But big up, guys. Much love to you guys in the chat. Thank you for being with me today and letting me talk about this. I do appreciate it. We'll have a more fun Liverpool show tomorrow, guys, when we're going to be talking about the way Liverpool might be building their squad for next season, and then we've got the preview for the Man City game coming up as well. So much love to everyone. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for partaking. Thank you very much to the supers, the memberships, and everybody